Hello and welcome back, my cat. Today back in another crypto video. Hope you guys doing well, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another PulseChain video. Today I just wanted to make a nice video that reminds people honestly of one of the best tokens to hold on PulseChain. Guys, obviously this is not financial advice. I never claim to be a financial advisor, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are of course talking about the one and only, obviously Richard Heart core tokens are four. There's a whole ecosystem obviously, which are the PRC20s, etc. But the main four tokens: PHEX, Pulse, PulseX, and INC. Now, what makes one more attractive than the other? And in my opinion, we're going to get and cover all that, guys. We're going to kind of debunk, and not really needed to be called debunk, but we're going to explain why INC is super bullish, and how and why it can be compared to Bitcoin, and it's, you know, makes it even more bullish if you really think about it in terms of the inflation levels. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I do also want to say, by the way, I've actually just uploaded a members exclusive video in such a long time, in almost 2 months. So if you are one of the members here, the DeFi Insiders, go check that out. A absolute gem that's been shared from one of the whales of my friends, and I think it's worth a long-term hold in the bull run, because that's what I do. My videos are main long-term holds for the for Ethereum tokens, because it's the land of whales. At the end of the day, of course, guys, being in PulseChain feels super great because it's a token that's already not mainstream. It's an underdog network, guys. It's coming up. You know, stuff like Solana already did its absolute, in terms of, you know, the native token, it already did its, you know, boom. I don't expect it to do much more than that, other than the meme coins built on top of it, because that's kind of the culture, that's kind of the narrative of this bull run as well. We don't really have another technology that's going to break, you know, and it, you know, take us to the next level, like how, you know, Ethereum when it came out in 2015. And of course, you know, when DeFi came, Uniswap, stuff like that, I don't think we've found one this year. You know, DPIN, DAI, DeSci as well, to be honest with you. Like, you know, projects like AXGT, yes, they're absolutely amazing, they're great, but it's not it doesn't have that factor where, you know, it really shifts people's focus and be like, oh, you know what I mean? Well, that's like what we need to go towards. So keep that in mind. I mean, RWAs as well, real world assets, they're sick. I've made a video, I have my own small little portfolio, but the main one is honestly meme coins, guys. I mean, it's really great because it's culture, it gets people on board. Honestly, community, people relate to it, they want to be a part of it. It's not just kind of a money thing, they also just want to be part of it. It's kind of the people's protest towards things like, you know, stock market, which as actually Sami mentions, you know, it's all about, you buy a token where it's initially listed at like a 5 billion market cap valuation, which is actually crazy. So obviously when you come in, you are automatically a loser in the stock market, obviously. So yeah, keep that in mind. This is why honestly crypto, guys, is amazing. Even though yes, it has increased risk because there's no regulation, because of, you know, the handling of your funds, you can easily lose them if you forgot your 12-word passphrase, or your password that you set it on, like on MetaMask or on your phone or anything, or your ledger. But honestly, the risks, the trade-offs, guys, you get more freedom in return. Okay, so keep this in mind. Without further ado, obviously I'm going on a huge tangent. I'm just trying to tell you guys, it literally feels great to be in PulseChain. Okay, I am following the money outside of that, but PulseChain is where I feel like the greatest growth potential lies here. Okay, besides the fact that we have an amazing community, people literally like you who are watching, guys. You know what I mean? People like you who make my day, you know, literally reading your comments. Join my Telegram link in the description, by the way. You know, besides the fact that we have amazing, smart, talented people like ATROPA, Dev, Sunny, so many different influencers, you know, people who are onboarding other people from other chains. We've got developers who are absolutely crazy, the people behind Liquid Loans, Fetch Oracle. I'm super excited to, you know, see how to become a reporter, etc. Power City as well, absolutely amazing stuff. You know, a lot of things to look forward to, guys, as well. You know, like the whole SEC stuff, I think it will be a catalyst. And of course, if Trump, for example, wins the election, that will bring a lot of fuel to the fire. You know, extend the bull run even more as well, and even make it, you know, to newer heights. It's a lot of crazy things, you know, honestly, coming up. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I appreciate, this is the highlighted alpha ballers. I appreciate the work, my man. I appreciate your comments, and thank you to all my DeFi insiders, the people who are choosing to support my small little channel to carry on doing what I love to do, guys. I mean, it's literally this. I'm here in the UK, and by the time you see this, I'm not sure what time you'll see it. It is 20 minutes to 1 a.m. and I literally have work tomorrow, and actually on top of that, I wake up to go gym before I go work. So how am I gonna fit all this before I start work tomorrow at 9 or 10 a.m? I don't know. Yeah, like if you respect that. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is PulseChain negative, unfortunately, but fear not, guys. Of course, everything else is as well going sideways, if not losing. So you got here Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys. Again, we're seeing the same thing where I told you guys, sell it in May and walk away. So really do not be worried. Oh my god, what's happening with PulseChain? Guys, don't worry. Don't forget the fact that, hey, Richard Hart has an ego, guys. Okay, at the end of the day, he wants to be known as a winner. He wants to, he already made Hex a lot of people millionaires. We know about the sacrificed funds, around 170,000 Ethereum are literally longing in Ethereum, waiting till it reaches, 10k plus, right? I'm gonna make a whole video about that, because honestly, even myself, I was thinking, you know what, I can actually leverage some of those tokens, like Ethereum itself, leverage, I don't know, Chainlink, Cardano, Solana, maybe not, Bitcoin, Ethereum, yes. You know what I mean? Like BNB, definitely that one for sure. I really like. Not financial advice, of course, but I'm just saying, that's his master plan, guys. We have a sacrifice funds. That's kind of the last case scenario. I think PulseChain will do great on its own. We don't need Richard Hart, but of course, do remember that. So worst case scenario, I'm gonna be sitting here for how long, let the weak hands do their thing, and then I know when that 170,000 turns into be worth $1 billion plus, you already know everything is absolutely gonna be going up. Okay, that's just the least I can say about that. So of course, guys, this is why I wanted to talk about INC today, the token, guys. This is why the token that I can actually go to double digits back again, triple digits. Some people even talk about 4 digits. You know what I mean? By that time, honestly, you must have, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, you must have taken most of your profits before it reaches that 4 digits. I am not gonna lie to you. Okay. So it's just the way how it is. Do not be fooled. Expect the unexpected. The bull run can literally end just before that. The bull run can end when IC could be at $900. You know what I mean? And then now starts going down slightly. Wait till the next Bitcoin halving, because that could be the indicator of a bull run. Keep this in mind, guys. Okay, think about that. Keep that in the back of your mind. Don't just because some people, by the way, the way they do it, they go, oh yeah, I see to $2,000, and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna go to $2,000. They're telling you that so that you set your sell range or milestone at 2,000, but they're actually planning to sell at $1,000. Do you get what I mean? Keep that in mind, right? So whatever you read on Twitter and whatever, divide that by 2, and then be like, okay, that's where I need to start thinking about taking some profits. Well, taking profits along the way. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is INC. This is the chart, guys. We're looking at $2.5 right now from the all-time low. This is why, honestly, it's such a great token. If you click on all-time low on here with Gold Pulse, you'll see that it is 5.4x. From the bottom. Obviously, this is nowhere near how the others are better. But remember, INC, ladies and gentlemen, it has the smallest market cap, but it's also very thick in liquidity, but not as liquid compared to the other Richard Hart core tokens. This is why this can pump even harder. This is why I've been telling people, if Pulse does a 2x, PulseX will do a 4x, INC will then do an 8x, because of the liquidity ratios and the weighting of them as well. So keep this in mind. And as well, by the way, INC has the least OA holdings, where it's not a majority holding by the origin address. Okay, keep this in mind, and this is really great because there was a tweet that Richard Hart actually mentioned, and I think is super bullish, where he talked about Kraken and Binance both posted today that they want to list more coins, and it seems like they want you to fill out the form. So this is obviously a signal that Richard Hart wants the community to push forward to Binance, to push forward to centralized exchanges to, hey, list some of our tokens. And I did see this someone mention somewhere, I'm not sure, where he said there's issues sometimes with OA holdings where they won't list it on a centralized exchange. So some people were saying actually INC is probably the only possible one to be listed on a centralized exchange, which makes it super bullish. And of course we got comments like this. Finally we can put the rest of the argument that centralized exchanges are bad for DeFi onboarding. This is good. Imagine we are listed imagine we're listed on centralized exchanges. Honestly, huge W, guys. Okay, a huge W, because you have a lot of people, guys. If you really think about it, by the way, we have 200, is it 200 million? Yeah, 200 million are holding Bitcoin, 200 million are holding altcoins. Okay, it's all about bridging the gap to our network, PulseChain. The more the better. So being on a centralized exchange, people who literally just ever bought Bitcoin, now they're literally one more click away from buying our token. Super bullish. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I'm definitely up, great advocate for this. So that's one more bullish thing. It's just the meme that I found where someone said here, "You were the sacrifice, Anon," and it's the meme with good lord, I don't want to even, the meme with the fat girl. Okay, it's kind of cursed. It's actually kind of cursed. This is another tweet here, guys, that I found that it just shows some TA, and this is kind of the whole point that I'm talking about. Remember to take profits along the way, and it kind of shows this, where the exits, you should start exiting or exit points at $180 of INC or $300. I mean, not bad, to be honest with you. At those points, definitely you want to be taking most of your majority profits. Do you know what I mean? And let the moon bag go in. Obviously do that along the way, it's absolutely fine. But do remember, times like these, guys, this is where literally the buying power is starting to be greatest. Like, we're only a 5.3x away from all-time low. This used to be way more than that from here, where it was a 20x. Imagine being 20x late. I would not feel great buying INC if I knew that I was 20x late, but knowing that I'm only 5.3x away, now I feel like, hey, I should actually, there's a chance for me to get good amount of exposure in terms of X's from entering from this point onwards. And by the way, I'm doing logarithmic. That's why it looks kind of weird. It's kind of squished. The bigger numbers get squished the more you look up. It's just because logarithmic, I like that, coordinate representation. It kind of squishes everything. You can see it in the same view, guys. And as well, look at this, the MACD again. We're in the red, and I feel like kind of it's really, kind of breaking it down, where we're almost gonna flip that. And I did see this as well somewhere. Now, if I go to DAI/WPLS, there's something I also realized that someone pointed out, and it's actually a really, really great point. So if I show you guys, a small little pattern here, I think where we are, if I grab the date range, and you can kind of see, not this one, you can kind of see, we can use the date range here, and we can kind of see how many days roughly till we got a, was it from here? Let's just do something like that. Yeah, I'd say till this one, guys, till the actual pump. How many days did we have to wait till we got a pump? And here it says 65 days. And now if we make another kind of date range, we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that we're actually pretty damn close to repeating kind of the same cycle. Now, this is, kind of a weird little pattern to kind of point out, but do remember that, honestly, this is how the next leg up, if you look at the Elliott wave theory as well, it basically talks about it, how there's the motive phase, and then you got the correction phase, and it literally goes up in waves, like as you can see here, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then honestly, guys, it does feel like, next leg up. Now, obviously, I'm showing here in the PDAI graph, but this will also happen in INC. I'm talking about generally in PulseChain. Honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Then I would say the next 1 to 2 weeks, expect some sideways. But honestly, within the next 2 weeks, I'm expecting green. Okay, not financial advice. Just do keep that in mind. There's just so many patterns that are all aligned that are saying this. There might be a catalyst as well that's happening with that push crypto sentiment in terms of news and mainstream stuff. Obviously, like Ethereum, the anticipation for it to go live, the Ethereum ETF trading to go live. That's also pretty cool. So moving forward, guys, let's actually talk about what is INC, right? Of course, it's a yield token. Richard Hart called it a meme token. I don't think it is a meme token. It's a utility token. You know, you can name it a lot of things. Okay, but it is, and it can be compared to Bitcoin, because INC right now currently, guys, is inflating at a rate of 1 INC per second. Okay, and in year 2 the inflation will double, and then every year onwards after that it'll basically have a yearly halving, right? This is INC for you. So it's actually gonna reduce inflation rate much quicker than Bitcoin. Okay, and of course as well, and a small little pointer, guys, when was the best time to buy Bitcoin? When inflation was at its highest point, right? So keep this in mind. We are right now at our highest point of inflation with INC. So really do that in mind. So here, why do people really like INC? There's obviously no sacrifice phase. We know that. As I said, there's no origin address holdings, or at least the majority, because it's mainly, you know, obviously in LP. And I'm going to show you guys where we can see the LP and the token distribution. Obviously, this is a verified contract. You can see, for example, these are the top holdings. You know, you can see everything. These 3 are LPs. You can see here. We're gonna show you guys a quick way that I like to do to show if it's to prove it's an LP or not. But you can see everything after that. You know, really good distribution. 2.8 again. It's really good distribution. Anything like where if it's over 5%, honestly, that's kind of alarming, obviously. But here's a quick way, by the way. I like to copy this, especially obviously when you see a contract, you'll kind of gives it away that it is, you know, NLP. You can copy that and then paste it on DBank. I love DBank a lot, and you can see that here it will show it's a PulseX LP INC PLA PulseX. So you can see here it's half and half, obviously, of the equal value because it is an LP contract. You can do this the same with other wallets and so on. You know, this is just for you to double check. Hey, you know, who's this guy? What's this token with majority holding? Again, it is equal amounts of 2 assets. This is INC with WPLS, the 2 main wallets, and then you can check that with anything forwards. You know what I mean? So yeah, going back to it, it's the fastest mover. Potential use case speculation. Inflation rate percentage decreases over time. As I said, it's a meme coin, I guess, as Richard Hart said. Low market cap, and it is indeed the lowest market cap, guys. What I'm going to quickly show you guys here is Richard Hart ecosystem. We can see here in terms of liquidity. You can see that it is at 83 million market cap as compared to WPLS, which is basically $500 million, PulseX 2.9 billion, PHEX 3.9 billion. And yeah, so this is why obviously INC is the greatest one to hold in terms of exposure for more growth. So that's a really good tweet there. And thick liquidity, which is as well still it's a very good thing, right? It's thick liquidity, but of course nowhere near well, I guess, you know, it is thick close to others, but you know, not thicker than anything else, I would say. Then I guess it is thicker than PHEX. You know what? That's something I didn't know. But thick liquidity is good, obviously for price volatility and sustainability, allowing for people to come in and exit with, you know, order fulfillment without, you know, getting wrecked out, etc., etc. There's another tweet here that also, I'm not sure if it's about the same person, kind of a deep dive here where it just said, and he did show actually the calculations. So this is basically the fixed inflation rate. So we're in year 1 where the supply is 33 million, and you can see that in his tweet he talks about, obviously this is year 1 because we've been PulseChain is over a year right now, I think 54 weeks, 55 weeks, and we have that. So year 2 right now, where we are now, the inflation doubles initially, and then every year onwards the inflation will have the yearly halving. So pretty cool stuff, honestly. I think this year is basically, like, this time right now is the best time to be in INC kind of the same thing that Bitcoin was as well. So here he just talks about key points. Since the emission rate is static, but the number of liquidity providers grows over time, it becomes more and more difficult to get with each passing day. 70% of the liquidity pools are in Pulse and PulseX. Based on Hart's law, cryptocurrencies will rise and fall together alongside one another as a result of their liquidity pairing. So that's basically Hart law. INC is the lowest supply coin in Richard ecosystem. Has the lowest volume in the Richard ecosystem. So I'm not sure what was the volume. We can check that later. Based on either model, even after 10 years of INC inflation, the supply can never reach any of the current circulating supplies, excluding away of any Richard tokens. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff here. I also have this image here, which is basically, this is Bitcoin's data, ladies and gentlemen. This is the inflation per year. As you can see, in 2009, inflation, I'm going to assume, I guess it started at this number. And in 2010, it went all the way to 209. And then now, it started going lower and lower and lower. You can see the halvings happening here and here and here. And you can see how the inflation plateaus over time, where we're talking obviously under 1%. So, INC is literally doing the same thing, which I really do like. I like how it's designed. It's really, really great. And as well, as I said, it's honestly my favorite token to hold out of all Richard Hart tokens. Obviously, I'm not going to hold the native token itself. It's too heavy to, expect any X's out of it. Obviously, all-time high from where we are right now, it's going to be about 4x, I guess, away to all-time high. And maybe after that, I'm expecting another 5 to 10x, honestly, out of the native token, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't gonna lie to you. But obviously, everything else now, if Pulse does 10x, remember, INC could do an 80 to 100 plus x. Okay, plus you got other catalysts that could be happening in the background. So guys, honestly, that's kind of the main point of the video. I just wanted to make kind of a simple video here to just talk about INC. And hey, remember, these are opportunistic times to buy these dips. My focus is on INC. It's the blue chip of PulseChain. Okay, do not overcomplicate things and try to spread and have your bigger holdings be in smaller tokens that are even of higher risk. It should be the other way around, ladies and gentlemen. You play around with riskier capital, that's even a word, like riskier capital, that's even the term, with other smaller tokens, and then secure your positions with the high confidence tokens in Pulsechain, like the 4 horsemen that I told people: PDAI, PWBTC, Teddy Bear, and ATROPA, right? And then after that, we say, okay, INC, let's add that to the list. And after, okay, TSFI, let's add that to the list. 4WMM, let's add that to the list. GBTC, let's add, you know what I mean? So keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to make this video simple. It's almost 1 a.m. I'm very sleepy. I will catch you guys soon. Really thank you for watching. And yeah, INC, super bullish on it, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about the people telling you about inflation and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Tell them it will plateau. It's better than Bitcoin in terms of the halving, because there's a yearly halving, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Keep that in mind. So I'll catch you guys later, and take care.